When you look at that running back group, obviously Scott's a huge loss, but you have a number of returning guys coming into that room. You had Kanye to that mix. What are some of the things you want to see out of that stable of backs over the course of spring practice?
I think we talked about this a lot, and it's no. I've made it really evident to them that there's not going to be there's no elephant in the room. It's not like, hey, oh no, it's going to be well, we can't do this again. We recruited you guys to come in and do a job in the offense. Here's the things that we did last year at the running back position that are asked of us in the standards in the offense. And here's what we think you guys can bring to them. Here's the roles you each play. Here's what we believe in. Here's the body blow type of mentality, the toughness of running the football. Here's the toughness of playing of the back. And then here's the things that scat plays. And these are the things that are hard to replace. These are the things where we got to figure out whether one of you guys have them or we have to find those around our offense and share the accountability to carry that flag. When you take those out of it, the other pieces have to fall in line regardless. You've got to be able to run the football, got to be able to catch the ball in the backfield in the offense, you've got to be able to be responsible and effective in the screen game, you've got to be good in pass protection. And so that's really the recruiting and standard of the position. Those are the intangibles of the position. All those guys we've got in that room understand that. It's very clear. More than anything, Coach Iguana does a fantastic job. Each of those guys also have to be themselves. You can't try to go, none of those guys are going to try to go out there and wear number 4 and go and put a different name on their back. It's be yourself, know your role, find your way, find your own path. And then that way, that'll allow me and us as a staff to be able to say, here's what some things we can do with you. Here's how we find that explosiveness, that production back. And that's an awesome challenge. That's what I love that. I love the piece of ripping the whole thing down and building it back up.
So this time last year, Sam's heading into a spring ball quarterback battle. This time, he's now getting a lot of accolades, one of the top returning quarterbacks in the nation. How have you seen him kind of handle success and some of the things that you've done this offseason to kind of prepare him now that, he's coming in as the guy, and also the weight of these expectations that's on him? Yeah,
I mean, Sam's really mature. I've made it very clear to him in the offense about how the light changes right now, how the targets change, how the distractions can increase, and what that can do if we take her off the road. But I think we've got a mature group who understands there's so much room for growth. Sam understands that in year one of the quarterback, the game's going to slow down now. Been fortunate to have quite a few guys who've had a lot of experience in that position and gone on to play. So I use that to my advantage and say, we've got a long ways to go. Here's some things we're going to have to do to get to where you want to go. Here's the next step. Defensive recognition, footwork, mechanics, coverage ID, timing, rhythm. All those things are all things we're not near where we want to be at. And I think that's exciting because those are opportunities for growth. And we'll do some things that are going to be challenging to him. I got to find a few things that I think, can really put him in position to maybe fail and get back to having some fun and growing. And he loves that. He's an alpha. I have no doubts in my mind he's up for every challenge we're going to give him. And I think his humility and his character are going to prove that all those accolades are just part of the deal. And we got to be able to starve our distractions, ignore the noise.
How important was it to, what does it say about the, this program and the culture that Jeff wanted to come back for another year?
Who? I'm sorry.
Jeff Sims.
I mean, I said it when I first got here. I said there's Kenny and has done a fantastic job with this culture of providing an opportunity where guys can come in and be themselves, learn, have humility, have fun, work their ass off. Excuse me. Find a way to grow in their own way, and Jeff has been fantastic. I was humbled and excited and fired up that he wanted to come back because I think an opportunity to work with him again is just going to give him more and more opportunities in the future if he wants to continue to proceed potentially. And I think it's going to make us better. Selfishly, I think having Jeff around as a human and as a player gives us an advantage in any role. He's just got a personality about him, a workman-like temperament. He loves football. He's a team guy. I think the value he adds is incredible. So I'm humbled and fired up. It says a lot about our locker room.
And the last one for you is obviously wide receiver. You have been one of the best in the nation coming back. Then a lot of new faces and also some younger guys and some guys that are looking to make a step up that are coming back. What would make a successful spring for you from the wide receivers perspective?
You know, we do. I'm fired up about this room because we got a chance to. Me and Heinz both got here last year and kind of drinking through a fire hose and meeting people and trying to figure out who we got and having some guys leave and transfer and figured out on the fly throughout the course of the season, and then knowing what I kind of saw in JT and being able to use him in every facet we could. For JT in year 2 is similar to Sam, to see the game slow down, to see how he's going to be able to recognize some things a little bit, be able to detail his game, the specifics of route running, specifics of coverage ID, all the little stuff that's going to really just take his game to the next level. And then add these young guys that we had or that we brought in, some with experience, and to be able to infuse him with some more infuse that group with some more guys that can really go, and not to say that the guys we lost couldn't go. It's just we're in year 2, the standards went up, we recruited to go bigger and better because that's what we got to do. And iron sharpens iron. We brought in a bunch of guys who were going to compete for some spots, and between the Mosses, the Nobles, the Hamiltons, having Malik back for a full season now and not having a choppy beginning and a little end. I mean, that room is going to be powerful, and I'm excited to see the effectiveness these guys have.